Gotcha. All right, we're on then.
5 by 5.
Thank you, man. All right, be careful. He's on his way. Hope we don't have a wreck trying to get him. Knowing Jay, he'll drive 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Put that in front of you, even though that's for the radio.
Yeah, no problem.
And talk into it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah. But if it's just us for that, that's going to pick up there.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? I can't hear you. Can you hear us? Okay. I'm looking for Steve. Stick his head in.
Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry.
You're listening to KJAS Jasper, also KFAH Pipe.
Just in case we get a phone call.
This is paid for programming, which may not represent the views and beliefs of this station, its management, and staff. Listen at your own risk.
That's fun.
Before you take another step, there's something you should know about the years others grow. 'Cause all I have to offer you is me.
Country Charlie Pride here on Not on the Payroll. You can tell Jay Sharp is not running it tonight. We got country and western music on tonight.
And I've shrunk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay is not with us right now. Debate whether he'll be with us or not tonight. My understanding is he had to go see his kids in a play over in Newton at the school. And I don't know if they're doing Macbeth or Henry VI Part 2 or just what they might be doing over there. But my understanding is he is on the way to be here. We want to thank, ladies and gentlemen, our sponsors tonight. First, of course, Stuart Glass. Vicki and Craig over at Stuart Glass, of course, at 415 West Gibson, for all your glass needs. We, of course, here in East Texas do have a problem with knocking the heck out of our windshields, getting cracks in them, and they can take care of it. Worse yet, your kid may be throwing a ball and throwing it through the plate glass window in the back. They can take care of it also over there at Stuart Glass. Stuart Glass for all your glass needs. Also, Lake Area Pond, 603 Wheeler, they're near Subway. Once again, if you run out of money before the end of the month, they can take care of you. They have a little of everything: guns, guitars, tools, whatever you might need. Lake Area Pond has it for you. Go in and check them out. I'm sure they might even have one of those new SA-35 Springfield that looked like the old British high power, the old Browning high power. Yeah. And once again, also the Auto Salon. For those of you who have a filthy truck, a filthy car, they can take care of you for all your detailing needs. And I didn't notice until today that they also do state inspections. And trust me, in Jasper County, sometimes it's hard to find a place to get your vehicle inspected. I know the folks down in South County have to hunt. Well, people in South County, come on up here to Auto Salon. Get your oil changed, get your state inspection, get your car detailed while you're at it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was asked the other day a couple of questions, and I'm going to try to answer the questions before we go to our guests this evening. First thing I was asked is, why in the world do I alternate baseball caps? And I thought they were kidding. And lo and behold, a second person asked, why do I alternate baseball caps? Tonight I have a Texas A&M cap on, those of you who are looking at us on YouTube. And from time to time I will wear a UT cap, and of course I will wear a Harvard on the Natchez cap, the Lamar University cap. Once again, my daughter-in-law is a Texas A&M Aggie. She is, as we refer to her, the Chinese Aggie. And my son is a graduate of the University of Texas.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, like that at that house.
Yeah.
Good thing they're not playing ball right now. And of course, everybody else is a graduate of Lamar. Me, my mother, my wife, my son has a degree from there. My brother has a degree from there. So once again, we will wear the Harvard on the Natchez Lamar University cap. Finally, before we get started with our tonight's guest, somebody was asking, why in the world did my son marry a girl from China? And they were not pretty about it.
That's not nice.
Yeah, they were ugly about it.
That's not nice at all.
And why did he not marry a girl from America? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The girls that I dated and eventually married are completely different here in the United States than the way they are today. I'm sorry, but as my son put it, the American girls have no drive. They want to get rich without working for it. They want to marry a guy who will support them. They don't want to have to cook. They don't want to have to clean. They don't want to have to work. So when he met this Chinese girl, and we love her to death, he knew she was the one. So those of you who are wondering why my son has a Chinese bride, that's exactly why. Finally, I would like to, and I promised it'd be finally a while ago, my wife turns 39 years old tomorrow. 39. Yeah.
Early birthday.
Early birthday. She turns
Happy
39
birthday.
tomorrow, and I don't know how we're going to figure out the math because my son turns 34 later on this year, but she is 39, which, the math just doesn't work out. So once again, we played some Charlie Pride for her, and want to wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I'm sure she's listening. Tonight, our guest is Jamey Spears. He's with Spears Tactical over in Newton. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So you had come in and you were telling me a little bit about what was going on with the present administration and what they're trying to do. Can you talk to me a little bit?
Yeah. So what we were talking about prior to us coming on here is in 1807 there was the Insurrection Act that was established.
Correct.
And that is also what established what is posse comitatus for people who understand that.
And explain what posse comitatus is.
Well, it actually means posse. It can conglomeration of people, but the posse comitatus actually meant. I think it's what is it? Quartering. I don't speak Latin,
right.
but I think it was like quartering, something about quartering.
Right.
Like
Close enough. Close enough.
And in that is that was also during the time that we established our National Guard. Okay, the National Guard was established due to the Insurrection Act to stop a standing presidency from initiating full U.S. military on the sovereign people. Okay?
Right.
And in that. Then that's why we have the National Guard. National Guard are backed by our military, but they're not military, as you want to say. I mean, no offense to anyone who's National Guard out there. Don't take it that way. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a volunteer,
Right.
It's not a job. It is your job, but it's volunteer. And so, that being said, it was to protect the sovereign people against a tyrannical overthrow, as to say, a tyrannical overthrow,
right.
Like a government getting out of hand,
right.
As to say. In that, now, the standing presidency, there's some talk going around about it, and they're trying to get laws passed and trying to get that rewrit from our Constitution, that says that the standing president can initiate full military might upon sovereign soil.
So how do they plan to do that? You had mentioned something about them getting rid of the Third Amendment to the Constitution of the United
It
States.
would be rewriting. They would have to go in and rewrite.
They'd have to,
Constitution.
and the thing about that is, though, but it has to go through the states to be able to pass. Is there
Supreme Court?
Well, not necessarily the
Yeah.
Supreme Court, but it has to go through the states.
Right.
It has to go through either Congress.
Yeah.
Or a meeting of the states, and then goes back to the states after the meeting of the states, and it has to pass through the states to be able to become law.
My thing is that we're supposed to have presidencies upon voting. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I don't necessarily believe that the person sitting in the White House right now is there by rightful means.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm one of the people out here of the opinion. There's tons of footage of mules running around doing dropping ballots off and stuff like that. That is in circulation. There's lots of key people who are Congress people in Washington that are all in the movement that there is way too much evidence that substantiates that it was election fraud, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So this November we're having, of course, the midterm election
Yes.
where we will elect a third of the Senate and all of the U.S. House.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for both the House and the U.S. Senate to be taken over by the Republican Party. How will you rationalize the Democrats not throwing this?
Well, it's kind of, I hate to digress, but we talked a little bit about why would Biden, also being a family that is in the oil industry here, also in the state of Texas, why would they be against production of fossil fuel and drilling? Okay, why did he cap the Keystone Pipeline, the first day of operation whenever he took office?
Right.
I believe that this is strategic.
So let me ask you this, just out of curiosity's sake, do you know how much of the Keystone Pipeline had been completed?
Well, I know it was all the way up to, what was it, like the Dakotas?
Well, it was 3%.
Yeah,
It was only 3%.
Yeah. I mean, billions of dollars worth
Yeah.
of operation into it.
There
And
was-
I mean, it seems like that. I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, flat out fact of the matter is, folks out there, if the oil stops, everything stops. That's it.
Okay.
You're not going to get food anymore. You're not going to go anywhere anymore. Why are we paying these gas prices right now? Is anybody happy about that? I'm sure not. Because it's fake. There's no reason why we're having to pay these gas prices like this right now. It's engineered.
Okay. Do you think that the financial system within the United States has something to do with the oil prices right now?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Because I was here listening to a guy from Goldman Sachs talking about,
That might as well be the devil.
and
Yeah.
we're talking about 8, 10, 12 months ago, talking about prepare for higher energy prices then.
Yeah.
So, do you think that the energy prices are going to continue going up?
Well, yes, and unfortunately, I think that it's going to escalate throughout the summer. Definitely, I think it's going to get a lot worse than it is right now.
Okay.
I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of these trucking supply operations, train supply. You know, they're already like limiting how to one car of fertilizer on a train because of safety issues now, supposable safety issues now. When we've been running almost full trains full of fertilizer for how long? And now it's unsafe. Because that's also going to de-infrastructure our food economy and everything like that too. And if you want to overthrow something, like say a standing operation that government, will of the people. If you want to overthrow a people, you control, for one, you control their food, you control their mobility, how well things move around in their government. In their country, i.e. Food, trains, everything moves around. I mean, it's not magic. Food doesn't get to our grocery stores, with the snap of the fingers. So they're making it as hard on the people as they possibly can right now. Exuberant prices in your store. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but exponentially across the board, everything you can think about has just whoop, 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 going up, up, up. But is anybody's pay going up? Are they addressing, the national minimum wage or anything like that to accommodate for this? No. Because they're taxing the people because they want to tax the will of the individual. When you break the spirit of a person, then you can re-engineer them.
Do you think this is a worldwide event?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
are you
definitely.
familiar? Are you familiar with any futures in the food market, say wheat or corn, or do you follow those markets any?
Well, the thing is that I know that China has been having some very nasty global changes. It seems like that they're having severely harsh winters.
They lost a great part of their wheat, their winter wheat crop.
Yes.
As did India.
Yes.
India,
yes. And
India lost theirs basically due to drought.
Yes, sir.
And
these things are
I don't know if
taking
you
place.
saw this or not, but India today said that they will not be exporting any of their wheat crop.
Yes.
And normally India is a huge exporter of wheat
Yes.
to Africa.
Yes.
And they're not going to be exporting it. So just out of curiosity's sake, just change the gears here a little bit.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, or have you heard anything about what's going on with this baby formula shortage?
Yes, I have been hearing that too.
So do you know anything about it?
Well, no, but unfortunately, most of your baby formula is going to be chemical based, anyways. So I don't know how much real things or organic properties in there. You have organic formulas and stuff like that, but there again, I think that right now, well, let's just put it like how I feel. I believe that we're in a post-communist coup right now. I think that our government is in a sense of being overthrown. I think that things are going to get a lot worse than they are now. I hope that I'm not right. I hope that folks like me, I hope we're all a bunch of crackpots, and I hope that none of this comes to any fruition, and we're just grasping at straws for some truth and and making assessments and assumptions. I hope that, because if what I think and what other people like-minded that I hear talking around, that I talk to, and just abroad, in our nation and around the globe, I don't know if anybody keeps up on the current events, but the whole planet's not happy right now. No one is, and it seems like a controlled opposition thing. They're all doing it kind of like in on it together.
Just out of curiosity, you're in business.
Yes, sir.
How is your business right now? Are you busy?
Yeah, definitely busy. Now, is it just
do you think it's a sign of the times, or do you think that you've been busy like this and it has not stopped?
Well, the thing is that yes, I have been busy, but in my end of it, I'm not so much in the sales part of it as I am the modification thereof, farms and restoration. But I have been noticing a lot of folks are bringing in and spending good money on them to have like 22s and single shot shotguns and stuff like that restored.
Really?
Yes.
Are they planning on using these, or is this great granddad's 22 that they're bringing in to have it?
Some of them are, because they want to keep it in the family and get it looking nice and working nice again. And I love those kind of projects, anyways. By the way, but because I love doing something that means something to someone else, it makes me feel good. Bringing that back to life and putting it back in the family. But I think it is an overall sense of concern and fear.
Right.
A 22 long rifle, it will feed your family if need be. You can carry a lot of ammunition. It's fairly inexpensive as opposed to other ammo on the market. And if need be, it is also a defensive cartridge as well. With shot placement, it definitely could thwart an attacker or something like that. We'll say, I'm not trying to come out right and say use of deadly force, but yes, it could definitely, absolutely be used for that as well.
Sure.
And so I think, folks.
Sure, 22 is better than a stick all day.
yeah, that's for sure. I love 22s. But anyhow, I think that it's just, and what it is it seems like some folks that might have had an old firearm around that they've kind of not really put too much thought in. They're restoring them and getting them back in operational usage and up to par again, out of that fear.
Okay. Have they mentioned that
yes,
yes. something's fixing to happen?
Yes,
and,
a lot of folks.
I need to get organized.
Yes,
here for
a lot of folks are talking that way. I mean, and it's not just me. I mean, if you look at the overall perspective of our country right now, anyone that is a heartfelt American, and loves our beloved Constitution, they're worried, they're concerned, and they rightfully need to be, in my opinion.
Just out of curiosity's sake, where do you think this is going to lead to?
Oh God!
Do you have an inkling of an idea?
Yeah. Well, I have.
Do you think we're going to be shooting at each other at some point?
I gotta hope it never comes to that, man. I mean, I gotta hope it never comes to that.
We've still not recovered since from the 1861, 1864, 1865 one.
And the thing is
we really haven't. If you think about it.
Well, I tell you what, the American people are a lot more ready than they were back then. Now, however,
what's even scarier is we have weapons now that are a lot more damaging.
Yes. Well, then you also have Joe Biden. Now, I don't like the guy. I don't care. But the thing is, he said in interviews, "Oh, you people out there with your AR-15s and your 30-round magazines, you don't need those. What do you need those for?" And, these people talking around thinking that you're going to take on your government. Well, if you're going to take on your government, you need an F-16 or a nuke.
Well,
what kind of a statement is that for the president to make?
Well, the problem with that is look what's happening in the Ukraine, and they're pretty much only got AK-47s running around.
Well, I tell you what, Ukraine's holding their weight against mighty Russia. There ain't no doubt about that. They're
they are. Just to change the subject just a little bit, are you familiar with the United States Army adoption of a new firearm?
Are you talking about the 6.8?
Yes.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
I already have one. Are you a fan?
Built one.
Are you a fan of it or not? Do you think the military should go to it?
Yes.
Why? I'm against it. I'm against it for two or three reasons.
One cartridge for the general purpose, and it's one cartridge general purpose. And what it is you're getting the kinetic, muzzle velocities and muzzle energy and everything. Comparable to, say, 308, 30-6-ish, lighter weight, easier to carry. You can carry more of them. And the 5.56, it served its purpose for a long time, and it has proven, itself. But there is a lot of reports to where, is someone, especially if they're doped up, they can take multiple shots from a 5.56 without it taking them out of the game, as opposed to with the 30 caliber, the 6.8.
6.8, right.
Yeah, 6.8. It's zipping along pretty good. I can't remember the muzzle the feet per second that they're traveling right now.
It was some ungodly amount. It was. I saw it.
Butt.
Yeah.
Hauling butt.
Yeah.
So and it's kind of like carrying like the 357 SIG versus a 40 cal or a 10 millimeter. Okay, it's a smaller cartridge, less felt recoil, but you're getting the same readings, registration of muzzle velocity and foot pounds as a 10 millimeter out of a shorter, smaller cartridge with less recoil.
Right.
And so that's kind of the same thing as what they're talking about. And whenever you're going to be running one in a belt-fed gun or automatic,
right.
Managing that felt recoil, for one, saves. If you want to think about the government saving money, but it would save money because more shots on target.
Just out of curiosity, I saw that they're only going to issue 20-round magazines.
Well, there's a reason for that because
compared to the 30 that they are with the 5.56 now.
the thing is with the 6.8 cartridge, there is weirdness about the magazines wanting to handle the ammunition. A matter of fact, I went on a search. I have had a 6.8 SPC upper built for quite some time, but finding a reliable magazine that would actually feed them. If you try to put them in your Magpul or your standard, M4 platform 5.56 magazine, like the metal, mag or whatever,
right,
they're going to jam up and they won't cycle.
They won't cycle it all.
Yeah,
right.
and so it's a little bit different contour to the magazine. It's almost kind of like a 7.62 by 39 whenever you use it with a AR platform.
Right.
So there's a little bit of different weird curvature to them. They're a little bit wider, your follower is a little different in them and stuff like that too. Not only that, but bad guys won't have that ammunition.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, right now the world is flooded, with 5.56 ammo, and I think also some of that is to put us back on control of the market of what we have ammunition-wise. I had also heard that they were going to do a little bit of weirdness with the cartridges. Now, there's been some different things with the 6.8 SPC that had come out to where they were talking about like plastic cartridges versus brass and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, things like that. If they did do that, well, I mean, then it would make the warfighter be able to carry more ammunition.
If they made it in
lighter
plastic rather than metal,
yeah.
I wonder how that would hold up, though.
Well, you sure couldn't reload it, I would imagine.
No.
Yeah, but
No.
I mean, but there is polymer case ammunition in service, globally.
Just out of curiosity's sake, I'd also heard that the pressure within the ammunition is so heavy, or so strong, that it's going to wear out the barrels quicker. Have you read or heard anything about that?
Not necessarily. Now, there again, you're getting into the composites of what those barrels will be made out of. You're talking about a coal hammer forge. You're talking about a button bore. You're talking about, you're talking about a melanite. You're talking about chrome line. I mean, Josh, it just depends. Knowing our government, they would probably go with a melanite, because it's the least expensive.
Yeah, cheapest, yeah.
To do. So, hey, how's it going, man? You want to switch places?
We can if you want.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There, man. I'll let you have your seat.
We're losing the audience tonight talking with
Talking
heavy duty guns here.
heavy duty weaponry.
Well,
that's right.
Heavy duty guns tonight.
Yeah, but in and of that, those are some food for thought and advantages and disadvantages to the cartridge. I mean, now. They have the 6.8. Oddly enough, it got introduced and put on the board back in like the 70s.
Right. Right.
And they're actually calling this right now the 2. It's a 6.8 SPC.
What's the difference between it and the Creedmoor?
Oh, a 6.5?
Right.
6.5 is more like a rifle cartridge.
I know.
Like a long distance. A 6.5.
How much difference is there?
Are you talking about kinetic energy? We're
talking about in actual usage, because a lot of the people who are listening here have 6.5 Creedmoor for deer rifles.
A 6.5 Creedmoor is a flat shooter and attack driver, man. It's a good long distance. It basically omits the 308 and the 30-06 out of the equation.
Right.
So, and like 270s and stuff like that, they're a little bit underpowered for that. So the 6.5 is an excellent hunting round, and also our government has also been thinking about fielding that and doing away with some of the higher end cartridges like the 338 and stuff like that.
Are they talking about that for, say, sniper rifles?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there again, it's a very flat shooter, very the accuracy values, coefficient, the projectile is very slim, very very sleek, so it cuts through the air and does its job.
Right.
I've got one.
Right. Well, I'm debating whether I want one or not.
You
one
do.
of those kind of deals.
You do.
Yeah.
How are you, Jay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Did you get all played up, man?
I got plenty played up.
Macbeth, or was it Henry the Sixth Part
No.
2? Was one of your kids playing Dick the Butcher and stood up and says, "First we kill all the lawyers," and goes from there? You're not familiar with that, are you? That
No,
Shakespearean play, are you?
No, I didn't go to that Buena High School, but no. To be honest with you, man, it was pretty good. I mean, I ended up having to take some time to go and see my kids do their end of the school.
You need to.
Yeah. So
Don't got much
yeah.
time for that.
Yeah, no, there's no
Yeah,
doubt.
that'll be-
It goes by quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be out quick, man.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I heard this little girl singing. I was like, man, whoever that is, got a pretty good voice. I didn't realize it was my daughter.
your
'cause
child?
She had a hood on.
Your
No
child?
kidding?
Yeah, it was my kid. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, man. So things are. I'm running late, and yet we're still rolling here.
Yeah, we got the show going, man.
Have you heard the latest?
Own.
Have you heard the latest?
Own.
City Council tonight.
Here?
Yeah, we were going to that.
In Jasper.
We were going to go to that, yeah.
City Council tonight, they Eddie Hopkins stood up and
Yeah.
basically declared that they should stop paying the consultant $25,000
$25,000 a month. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
his quote was,
Quote.
hang on, yeah, his quote was, we have to sell the need before we sell the solution.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That sounds like a winner. That sounds like somebody who's a little dialed in.
Yeah.
And so,
And
so
he,
now here's what's crazy.
he originally was for a consultant.
He was the one who put his name in the hat.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, we've got phones ringing and all that stuff. Hey, if you want to call in, chime in, 384-2626, 384-2626. We'll get you on the air, and we'll see kind of where it goes. Matter of fact, I think if you hold tight right fast, we've got the Wizard of Oz over here, Mr. Steve Stewart. He's going to hook you up with the actual sound bite. So there's that from City Council.
There you go. Yeah, he had it. He played it for me when he first came in.
Back when Jasper was looking at municipal broadband, I did make a recommendation for a consultant, and I still believe in the consultant, his ability to do the job that he's capable and educated to do. But I do have some concerns now, since our broadband has taken a little turn, that position needs to still be in place. I really feel like our resources could be spent in better areas than what it's being spent on there. I was at a broadband conference yesterday in Bryan all day, and one of the greatest quotes I heard in that broadband summit was this: you have to sell the need before you sell the solution. And I'm not sure we as a city, and I'll take full responsibility for part of that, I'm not sure we really sold the need. We came up with a solution without really doing our due diligence and homework for the need. So I'd really like to encourage the council to revisit the need for the consultant at this point. There may be a need down the road. We sure could use those funds and resources in other areas than that right now. Thank you.
Bravo is all I can say to that. Bravo. Because here's the truth. Somebody needed to speak up, because this rogue panel is needed to be checked by somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, for the love of Pete, man. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, if we are going to be declared good stewards for what we've got in our hand, how the hell are you going to tell me spending $25,000 on Matthew McConaughey down there on Mount Bellevue, is doing any good, especially whenever it's not even on the docket to go back and even vote on broadband at this point? Because unless things have changed, there's 3 gentlemen that I know of on the city council that's not going to sell out to it. So anyway, going back to sell the need first.
That's the majority there. If you got 3, it's done.
It's a done deal.
It's done.
And from what I understand from good, reliable sources, Mr. Daniels is not too far from being gone anyway. And so, the word is that things are going to change in his life. So, neither here nor there. Yeah, that's.
Are we talking about? Can you
We're just saying
elaborate
that.
upon
We're
this,
just saying
or
that.
are you just
We're just
going
saying
to
that.
tease us with this? Here?
Well, I'll even go a step further. I'll
Okay.
even go a step further. Step further is this: there's some people out there who don't want me to know that they listen every week to our show,
no,
and yet
shocked,
and
I
yet-
tell you.
And yet, I just want to let you know I appreciate your listening
There's a
to
lot
our
more
show.
folks out there listening to y'all than what I think y'all know.
Well, and maybe
I'm hearing a lot of people, general, talking around, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh yeah." I ran into a guy the other day up at Lowe's, and he was like, and he says, "Oh, I saw you on there the other night," and,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, you watched that?" And he was
Nice.
like, "Yeah," and he was like, he goes, "Yeah, I watch them all the time. I watch them every week."
That's very cool.
So, yeah. So,
There you go.
Very cool. So I mean that and 50 cents is gonna pretty much get you out of Jasper. So I mean, no, not 50 cents anymore.
50 cents
I mean,
anymore.
Cents don't go very well, man.
$5 to get down to Buena.
It'll get you down to Weavers, and that's,
That's right.
it.
Yeah, pretty much a baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you're just tuning in, we are live. Give us a call, 384-2626. Let's find out what you want to talk about. I do know some of the things that's on y'all's mind. Did you actually clear the air?
What do you mean clear the air?
Did you clear the air? You were a little, you were trying to
a little bit. Yeah, I was.
Line one?
I have not been happy with some people in the Jasper County region.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, caller.
I'd like to make a couple of comments. First, Chinese girl,
Yeah.
he is highly intelligent to do that.
Well, we knew that. And he's his mother's son.
I was married to a
good.
Filipino girl. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still married to her.
There you
There you go.
It was 25 years and change.
There you go.
I lost her. And I was happier with her than anybody else I'd ever been with.
Yep.
It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And I'll love her forever and a day.
That's
There you
awesome.
go.
God bless, man. Yeah, true love's hard to find.
It is. It really is. But on this national front, we've got to make some decisions here pretty soon. I don't know how much longer we can stand Biden. Now, I don't want to see an insurrection or a military coup take over, but at the same time, we can't handle what Biden's doing. Everybody's going broke,
Yep.
and who's not getting from point A to point B,
Mhm.
and something's got to break. Either he's got to stop these shenanigans he's doing, or he's got to be replaced.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about the out of the frying pan into the fire. What's the options right now? If he's removed, then you've got Kamala Harris, and then possibly even Nancy Pelosi, coming up in there. But
I don't think he's going to run again. I think he's one and done. I don't know who's going to run on the Democratic ticket. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's going to run on the Republican ticket. I have a funny feeling it's going to be people that we are not familiar with are going to wind
It's
up.
going to be another
running.
Barack Obama being raised from the
I
dead. type
don't
of
know
deal.
who
Yeah.
is going.
That's
It
what it's
could
gonna
be,
be.
and it could be on the Republican
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's
Well,
going
I'm
to be.
hoping Trump gets back in.
Well, good luck, man. We'll
Yeah.
keep our fingers crossed.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for calling, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep
All
the
right,
faith.
buddy.
Keep the faith, America.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you want to chime in, give us a call, 384-2626, 384-2626. So back to interracial relationships.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever brought this up, but maybe I have. Actually, whenever I first started dating my wife, I thought I was actually getting into an interracial relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
And some people would be like, okay, why? What's the thought there? I thought my wife was Hispanic. Every time I showed up around their house, there was kids everywhere. They were always eating Mexican food. And my wife is
there
dark
a prob-
hair and
is there-
dark-eyed, and she was super tan.
And the Mexican food, there's a problem there?
No, I'm
Okay,
just
I'm
saying.
just checking.
I was
I love
excited
Mexican
about
food.
the
I know.
prospect. I don't know. To me, and maybe this is just naive, maybe this is foolish, but I thought it was kind of like, moving from, kind of the Ford Chevy world over into the kind of exotic.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Like a little spice in your rice type of thing.
Like a Lamborghini.
That's right. Yeah, and then come to find out, you go over to freaking Ancestry.com, do a little research, you find out you're both from the same island over there.
In Ireland,
over,
Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway.
So she's Irish, huh?
Yeah, she's Irish. She's Irish.
There goes all your.
And there goes all my hopes and dreams right there, right down there. No, she actually turned out great. But,
I think we're all.
I've been
fortunate
working
to
on her a
stay-
long time, man. She's turned out great.
Or is it the other way around, man?
You know you're digging a hole, right? You know when you get to the house.
Yes. I'm just hoping she's not listening right now.
Oh, she's listening. You can rest assured.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you want to chime in, give us a call, 384-2626. What in the hell is going on with the appraisal district? Now, I don't know what's going on around this.
Jasper County or Newton County or
Jasper and Newton. It's almost like
Oh boy.
it's almost
that's the
like
same thing in Orange County.
they popped out of a box this year and said, "Hey, we're going to raise everybody's appraisals $40,000 to $80,000 on
Good
your."
grief,
And I'm
that
saying,
much?
are you out of your mind?
Not only that, but with Newton County, if you have a substantial doghouse on your property, they tax you for that doghouse.
Yeah.
An awning. If you put up a carport, it had better be a one you can take down and put back up. If it's even semi-permanent, they're going to charge you for that space. For one, that's detestable, because whatever happened to you? I mean, we're taxation, man.
Yeah.
Okay, our founding fathers are rolling in their graves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about all the taxes that we incur. You're taxed every time you move, man.
Yeah.
You're taxed for your house. You're taxed for your car. You're taxed for your food. You're taxed for utilities. You're taxed for. We are taxed to flipping death, man.
Yeah.
How much do you think these counties are getting ahead of the two propositions that were passed? I'm serious here because they're going to try to raise the homestead exemption. Well, it's passed from 25 to 40.
Yeah.
And once again, the people 65 and older, they're going to do something about the not having to pay as much in school taxes because let's face it.
Yeah, they're out of school.
My school has been my kid's been out of school for almost 20 years here now.
Oh, my silly ass! I'll be like geriatric and still have kids in school.
Well, are you kidding?
7 and a 9-year-old.
Holy cow!
All I can say, all I'm thinking is this. To me, I'm sitting here looking at this thing. One of the bigger problems in that is the what's the term for it? Bedside manner. The bedside manner. Here's the thing: if you're out there,
a politician with bedside manner.
if
Come
you're
on,
out
man.
there, no, I'm just talking about the appraisal district.
Okay.
Here's the thing: if you're out there and you are taking money from the public, whenever they refer to tax collectors in Scripture, it wasn't a positive thing. You know what I mean? It's still not a positive thing. Although we may go to church with you, we may see you at the lunch or the buffet line, it's still not a positive thing. At least have some bedside manner to say thank you, sir.
So Jesus should have picked up a rock and threw it at the guy in the sycamore tree?
All I can say is this. To me,
He should have beat some
when you
ass
go,
back in the
I've
day.
had a number of reports from people, a number in Jasper and in Newton County, to say that they went and challenged, and it was almost like, why did you show up?
why did you show up
Why
here?
did you
Yeah.
come here? You don't know who we are. You don't know what we do here.
Yeah.
Pay your bill, be a nice boy and a nice little girl, and go home and expect another bill next year.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, this is absurd. If you're collecting money, work on your bedside manner. Listen, they've got sensitivity training right now.
And how much did
and
yours,
some of you people
and
need
how much
it.
did yours go up in?
I don't even want to
Newton
talk
County?
about it.
Yeah,
I don't even want to
yeah.
talk about it.
It's disgusting.
I don't want to talk about my neighbors.
Did they go up more than yours, or?
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and
I
you
believe
can't
it.
get anything out of them.
I believe it.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. On the taxes there, I was going to say I just got mine, and mine went up $28,000 for the house, and my land went up $5,000.
Goodness.
that's with homestead and over 65.
Good grief.
Wow.
And, yeah, it's getting crazy.
And did your income go up? I doubt that.
No,
Huh?
she's over
No,
65.
It's the same, but I protest all the time, and like you said, you go up there and you take everything for them to look at, like they request. They don't look at it, and then they just look at you like, well, and I'm looking at them like, well, y'all gonna ask me anything, or?
I'm wondering who they answer to. I'm wondering who the appraisal district answers to.
Supposed to be Commissioner's Court.
Well, I wish I knew.
I'll be honest with you. We ought to raise 10 kinds of hell and get down there as a group of us, citizens who protest their appraisal, and go to Commissioner's Court.
Ma'am, a question. What school district do you live in?
Well, I'm in Jasper County. I'm off 63 West.
Okay,
So you're
being
Jasper ISD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think we need to put together some sort of support group because, for the love of God, I mean, at least all of us could get a hug out of a support group. We can't even get that out of the freaking appraisal districts.
No.
Yeah. And I tell you, and when you do go down there and ask them, I mean, the only answer I ever got was market value. And I said, well, okay, that don't really tell me anything, but I mean, that's all the answer I got.
Yeah, they're trying to tell you that your property just managed to jump up by leaps and
Well, it
bounds.
has about the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But this year, I mean, $28,000.
Yeah, that's
Just
crazy.
the house sits.
Well,
Yeah.
see, these price hikes, like I was saying earlier, it's across the board. Everything is off the hook right now. They have been just bumping prices up, and nothing is substantiating that. And they're just bleeding people's will and charging more and more and more for everything.
I wonder if the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
is going to be this, because I'm looking for property values to drop all over the United States. Will the property taxes, the valuations go down?
No,
it's only
it's
gonna
not going to
up.
go down.
Historically, it only goes up, 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 up. Yeah.
I doubt it, but just one more thing and I'll get off.
Yes, ma'am.
One time, before we built the house, we had a mobile home, and I mean, they jumped that up. So I went up there and questioned that, and she goes, well, we think it's this year, this model year. And I said, well, it's not. I brought my paperwork up.
Yeah.
And, it was an older mobile home, so they just assumed.
There's a lot of assumption. That is no
You know what they
joke.
say about that?
That is no joke, though.
Do they not in Jasper County have a little car riding around
No.
at least looking?
Hey, here's the deal.
You know, I know.
It's not just Jasper County.
It's everywhere.
It's not just Jasper County. I promise you.
Now I know Orange County. They at least try to look before they.
Well, you're down in the big city. So.
Oh yeah, I'm in a big city.
Hey,
Yeah.
we appreciate you giving us a call. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a great night. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a call if you're mad as hell at the appraisal district. God bless America. We got to get together and we got to start this hug fest, this love fest. We got to get down there to Commissioner's Court and raise some
pitchforks and bats.
This is no joke. This is
one of the two.
This is no joke. I've got I have a neighbor over in Newton County, and they jumped his appraisal well over $60,000.
Good gravy.
And I'll be honest with you, that's not happening anywhere in Newton County. I mean, there's some 200, 300 plus homes that have lots of property and things like that, and those aren't. I mean, to me, the sickening part is, and man, the people down at the appraisal district are going to love me, but I mean, it's a problem. It is a problem. They need to go to sensitivity training. Commissioners, if you're out there, commissioners, sensitivity training for your appraisal district. If that's who, if that's who's the one who's over them, I mean, other than that, I mean, what is your recourse when you go down there and you basically jump up and down and say, listen, this is not right. And they're like, well, and then they just stand there.
Yeah.
Do y'all know if Jasper ISD is fixing to try to pass some kind of a bond here? They need a new football field or a new
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything like that, but I mean,
or anything like that. Because
to me, this is random.
Jay, most of the taxes go to the school district.
Most of them
Yes.
do, but this is
And
just
I can't-
random.
And I can't. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Part of the deal is people like Kirbyville
Right.
passed a retention raise for their teachers of $3,000 for this coming year, and $1,500 for everybody else: maintenance, cafeteria workers, bus drivers.
They didn't want them all going over to Newton.
That's true, because Newton's $8,000.
That's exactly right. Hey, guys, down there in Kirbyville, you got options, ladies and gentlemen. You got options. And if you hold tight long enough, Buna looks like they're going to be popping off their bond down there. So, I mean, there you go.
Here's what I've decided on the Buna bond. This
Okay.
is no fooling. I've been kind of studying it today, and I looked at it, and I'm sitting there going, they're going to spend all this money to redo stuff that needs to be either torn down
Yeah.
or something else. What Buna needs to do, if they're going to spend all this money, and they're going to wind up spending it here anyway in 5, 7, 10 years,
Yeah.
go ahead and build a new stadium over where they've built
The basketball.
high school,
Yeah, basketball court and all that.
elementary, the basketball, the activity center, as
Yeah,
Buna
yeah.
calls it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and build it.
AKA the non-drama center.
Yeah, the non-theater.
The non-theater.
The non-theater. Where is that theater at that they
Think
were
you got one
promised
up?
back in the day?
You got one up?
We got one up?
We
Yeah.
got
All
one
right.
up.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Man, we try to do good.
Well, these taxes, there's some recourse. My advice, if you go down there to protest, tell them you want to go to the ARB board.
The ARB board?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just bypass all those that work down there,
Okay.
and tell them you want to go. You want to go to a committee. And if you're not satisfied with that, you can go to district court and appeal their decision. I mean, there's several avenues.
That's good to know, man, because I'll be honest with you, when you go down there, they look at you like a calf looking at a new gate, and you're sitting here holding the bag.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's they're not very
They're not sensitive to our needs.
no, they're not people friendly.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather go to some dentists that I know than go down to the appraisal district.
Oh yeah, they
At least the dentist gives you some gas, makes you feel okay.
no, they won't even let you go in there anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know, they talk to you through a speaker.
Yeah, that's probably the safest way.
For them, yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know that's still that's not good business.
No, it's
it
not.
isn't.
Especially since we pay their salary.
Yeah, exactly. Man, we appreciate that insight. So the ARB board, or you can go to district court.
Or if you don't like their decision, you can appeal to district court. And then I think there's even another step if you don't like their decision.
Wow.
And I'm with you. I think people need to get together and mosey on down there and let them know how we feel in a group.
That's exactly right. I mean, if we had 50 or 100 people gather up, matter of fact, by God, I'm just going to look at a calendar. We're going to try to figure out when we can all go down there and so everybody can protest.
That'd be great. A couple of buddies of mine, we talked about getting signs and putting in the back of our trucks and go down there and just sit.
That's exactly right.
know?
Somebody's got to do something because I'll be honest with you, it's off the chain, and it ain't just Jasper.
Well, yeah,
It's the whole state of Texas.
You know, I had a
everywhere.
friend of
It's
mine
everywhere.
went down there.
Texas,
and
yeah.
He stated that there's no way that his house should be that much, and the lady said, "Well, it would cost you that much money to rebuild it." And I thought, hell, what are they selling insurance, or what are they doing?
That's exactly what. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
Well,
You know?
That sounds like an insurance salesman to me.
Yeah, that's bull crap.
Yeah.
yes, grade A, USDA approved.
That's right. Hey, man, we appreciate that info.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a
you
good
too,
night,
man.
man. Give us a call, 384-2626, 384-2626. Man, what is happening?
Yeah. Well,
So, Buna.
Yeah, if I might say something right quick.
Go
about
ahead,
that,
go ahead.
man. Okay, my opinion of all this is this is still systemic of what we were talking about earlier.
Sure.
Communism works to oppress people and put them under strife and indifference and
Right.
have a problem. That is pretty much systematically what is happening right here. Everything across the board, controlling our food, controlling our fuel, people need to wake up and look at the signs of what's coming here. It's a lot bigger than what we think is happening.
See-
And we are under attack, folks. We're under attack. There is no doubt about it. And they want to de-infrastructure America and break the will of the people. That's how communism works.
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, there's a lot to be said for what's going on, but I don't think people have reached the pain point yet. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, man, love the show. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
My prediction is that Hillary's going to come out of the woodwork.
Oh my God.
Remember, Rob.
Oh my God.
Hillary's going to tap into the same kind of mechanism that helped Joe get elected. So,
Yes, sir.
and I
Are you talking about adrenochrome?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're all about that. They're all about that. They're big users.
No, I know what you mean.
Well, I'm in some traffic, so that's my prediction.
Hey, man, we appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Hey, we appreciate all our callers, man.
Man, traffic in Jasper?
Hey, well, you never know where he's at. He's probably picking us up somewhere. But
Mark my words, I got to say one more thing. My prediction is that things are going to get even tougher here in Texas. I hope I'm wrong yet again, boys. Hope I'm wrong, everybody out there. But my prediction is that they're going to appoint Beto as the governor of the state of Texas. And if that happens, boy, howdy. I got a call up here.
got another caller. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this morning I was talking to Mike when he had his little show. And
Yes,
I said,
ma'am.
Well, you know, they passed that where they're only going to go to school for 4 days, so are they going to knock some of that tax off of that school tax?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I doubt it very
No,
seriously.
they're not going to. No. They're not going
Hey,
to.
that would be a great question to ask, though.
Yes, it
When,
is.
at that protest.
Yep,
That's what we're paying for it.
that's exactly right. That's
And it's
exactly right.
expensive.
Well, we appreciate you calling.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, man, that's one thing you can know about government. They never giving you the money back.
No.
They never giving you your freedom back.
No.
They never giving you your time back.
Nope.
They're never giving you your guns back.
No.
We ain't reached the pain point yet. That's the problem right
Yep.
now. Because, see, everybody's going to that gas tank, and they're filling up that gas tank,
you
and
know-
they may be sitting there sweating, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, that's what
They
I
ain't
was
feeling it.
exactly what I was thinking about the gasoline. I was driving today and I looked over when I came through Buna and gas was like $4.39 a gallon.
yeah.
And I says, "Good gravy." And the gas pumps were full with people filling up their vehicles. And I'm sitting there going, "We've not reached pain yet."
No, we haven't.
No.
And
If
here's
we're
the
filling
other
up
thing.
at 4.39, hey, we're not reached pain.
Here's the other deal. I mean, you guys were talking about the baby formula and stuff like that.
Right.
To be honest with you, I mean, that's minor. That's minor in comparison to wheat.
Yeah.
Wheat is scary.
It's
I'll
coming.
tell you
Wheat
what,
is a
wheat
problem.
It's
scary.
coming. It's coming.
Corn is
Wheat
a problem.
scary.
I mean, you start
Corn is
looking.
scary. Soybeans are scary.
Soybeans are scary.
They're crippling the American farmer by limiting how well they can use their fertilizers to grow their crops. And then, of course, the grand devil is going to rear its ugly head, Monsanto Corporation. And Monsanto Corporation is going to be what comes in and rescues the day, and then that's controlled farming.
See, okay, so I have a different opinion on that.
Oh.
And the
You
different
like Monsanto Corporation?
I'll just say it like this. The difference of opinion that I have is I don't even think it's that. It doesn't come like that, in my opinion. All right. The farmer out there, because when we were living in Oklahoma, this is exactly what happened. The farmers were being subsidized with checks to plow under their
Yes.
farms.
Crops, yeah.
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 Yes.
So now you basically take a farmer out here who's growing crops, and then the state comes in, or the government comes in and says, if you go to full production and you take these to market, here's what you're going to get. Or you can plow the whole thing under, and here's what you're going to get, and you're not going to have to deal with the headache.
And that's been like that for years.
But
though.
that's what they're doing to the psychological
You mean
makeup
like kill
of the
millions
farmer.
and millions of animals?
Well, that too. I mean, all I'm saying is, it's just like the chickens. It's
Yep.
no different than the chickens.
Yep.
I mean, you get a couple of cases of
It's engineered.
avian flu.
Engineered BS. That's all BS.
The farmers. When I taught in Dayton, we spoke about it earlier. We talked to Dayton. When I taught in Dayton, still had a large number of rice farmers. And you would be amazed at how many of those rice farmers were paid not to plant.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, hey, it was pretty much nothing but profit.
Yeah.
They didn't have to hire anything. They had to run a tractor.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking, they were getting 7-figure checks.
They're here to
Ladies and
deconstruct
gentlemen,
America.
ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Not on the Payroll. Sorry I got here late. Check us out online at notonthepayroll.com. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. You're going to be in Israel next
I will be.
week.
I will be.
Praying at the prayer wall. Say a prayer for me.
You got it.
Please
Say a
do.
prayer for my family, and we'll say a prayer for you in your travels. Hopefully everything goes well. I do want to say once again, I know who you are out there listening. I appreciate your listenership. Even though you don't think I know exactly who you are. I know where you sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Not on the Payroll. We love you.
Good night, Buno.
Over and out. That flew by.
Yeah, we're quick.